Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is a member of the Senate Armed Services and Judiciary Committee. Senator, good to see you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
You know why we like having you here? You're a straight shooter, so shoot straight with me, okay?
I wish you had a noon show.
We know. We got that message.
Well, bear with us here. If you take all the questions about this classified information that Congressman Nunes received, who he received it from, where he received it, combine that with the questions about what he did with that information after he got it, sharing it with the president and the press and not his colleagues on the Intel Committee, and you add to that the fact that he was an advisor to the Trump transition, aren't there enough questions that he should, at the very least, recuse himself from any investigation involving the Trump campaign in Russia?
Well, I think you put his objectivity in question at the very least. Here's what I would suggest, that David go to his Democratic colleagues and share the information that he was given by this unknown person so they would all know exactly what he's talking about. And if he's not willing to tell the Democrats and Republicans on the committee who he met with and what he was told, then I think he's lost his ability to lead. And the Democrats on the committee are becoming prosecutors. One guy last night said on a cable show that there was probable cause to believe the Russians and the Trump campaign collaborated. I've seen nothing like that.
But if you go back to your words that he's already put his credibility in question at the very least, then doesn't he have to recuse himself?
I think he has to repair the damage. My belief is that the House is off track and probably can't get back on track. Burr and Warner are doing a great job in the Senate. I'm working with White House. But as to whether or not he should step down, I'll leave that to the House leadership. But I think most Americans want to know, who did he meet with and what did he see?
Well, do you think that he received that classified information from someone at the White House?
I have no idea, and I think you should know that, and I should know that. I think he owes that to his fellow committee members, that if he went down to the White House and was given classified information that suggested some impropriety about surveilling the Trump campaign, he needs to share that with his fellow committee members at the very minimum.
Senator, here's a shoot straight moment, though, because the suspicion, as you well know, is maybe it's the Trump team that orchestrated this whole thing, that this information that supposedly vindicates President Trump came from the Trump administration. Do you think it's fishy that he went over to the White House to get it?
Yeah, I think it's a little bizarre. I mean, number one, there's nothing been suggested there's nothing been revealed to suggest that the Obama administration surveilled the Trump campaign. That's not even what Nunes is saying. He's saying that there's some incidental collection outside of Russia. The problem that he's created is he's gone off on a lark by himself, sort of an Inspector Clouseau investigation here, trying to find some unmasking information about collection incidental with the Trump campaign and some foreign agent outside of Russia. I think the only way this thing can be repaired if he tells his colleagues on the House Intel Committee who he met with and what he saw, and let them look at the same information.
Let's do the lightning round here real quick, okay? Jared Kushner, senior advisor, son-in-law to President Trump, now revealed that he met with the head of a Russian bank, a bank that was sanctioned by the U.S. during the transition. Does it bother you?
Yeah, the bank, yes. The ambassador, no, because he's representing the transition team. But the fact he met with the banker, I think he needs to explain himself, absolutely.
On health care, if replacing Obamacare proved to be a 10 in terms of degree of difficulty, as you look forward to tax reform, knowing that some Democrats and members of the Freedom Caucus now feel emboldened and a lot of interest groups want a piece of that tax reform pie, what's the degree of difficulty on that?
The East German judge, 9.4. Yeah, it's going to be tough. But out of this collapse, out of this crash and burn in the House, out of the ashes of a failed Republican attempt may spring up true bipartisanship. I hope now the moment will arise where Democrats and Republicans will work together to replace Obamacare because
what does the East German judge say about the chances of that?
I think he'll give you about 6.4 because there's no other option. There's no other way to do it.
Well, so on that bipartisan note, we have what's going on with Judge Gorsuch's nomination, and the Democrats now threatening to filibuster, meaning forcing Republicans to come up with 60 votes to get this confirmed. On the other hand, you have the Democrats saying, wait a minute, President Obama nominated Merrick Garland while he was still serving, and he didn't even get a hearing. So an impartial observer might think, you guys all kind of deserve each other here. How do we fix this?
Well, I voted for Sotomayor and Kagan because I thought they were qualified, even though they were appointed by a Democratic president. Garland was the victim of the Biden rule. In 1992, Joe Biden told Bush 41 in his last year, don't even send a name up here, the campaign season's afoot. So I've got no problem with what happened with Garland. He was a fine man. We don't put people on the court after the campaign has started in the last year of her presidency. We haven't done that for over 100 years. As to Gorsuch, Trump couldn't have picked a better choice. Highly qualified. It'll break my heart if we have to change the rules over this guy.
Senator Lindsey Graham with a very rare Pink Panther reference on the program.
I love Inspector Clouseau.
I do too. Senator,
I wasn't picking to do this investigation.
Senator, come back and see us often, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.